8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2. Hey?
Talk about the footy or something on the line.
Yeah. I'm okay talking about... Who do you support in the footy, Ellie? Oh. Well, I'm happy-ish at the moment because my team actually won last week. Tigers.
Who did you go for?
Richmond.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, a little bit on your end.
1, 2, 3, 4. More than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'll keep talking now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a long delay back to the studio. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Hey? It's okay? All right, cool.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Its final stretch. Box Hill United last week, the reigning champions, shaken to their core. Table toppers turned unrecognisable in a stunning 7-1 collapse at the Cross Keys. A result scarcely anyone in Victorian football foresaw, and a defeat without modern precedent. And tonight, for Pythagoras, a return home and a chance to steady themselves against the Bentleigh Greens. 14 matches played, 14 disappointments endured. A campaign spent in the cellar, but tonight is a new night and another 90 points. 90 minutes of possibility awaits for Bentleigh. Brent Sternberg here with you at Wembley Park in Box Hill for this Friday evening kick-off between third place Box Hill United and the last placed Bentleigh Greens in the Senol NPLW Victoria, live on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. To the lineups then, Box Hill make two changes from the side that lost shockingly to Essendon Royals last week. Erin Keat and Gracie Clarkson are out of the squad entirely, replaced in the starting 11 by Amelia Tartaglia and grand final hero Corina Rossi. Kili Segovic starts in goal. The back four is Laura Pickett, Sydney Manerick, Captain Sophia Paliwoda and Amelia Tartaglia. The three players in midfield, Holly Murray, Rihanna Polisina and Maho Murakami. Corina Rossi leads the line, flanked by the brilliant Chiara Bocelli and Nicolina Bacallo. Bentleigh have made 6 changes from the side that lost 2-0 to South Melbourne. 6 players that they picked up in the mid-season transfer window all make their first starts for Bentleigh tonight, including Box Hill United legend Melissa Barbieri, who starts in goal. Kate Dunn, Emma Robers, Mia Otero, Savannah Oxley and Kira Myers also start. They replace Montea Mosley, Katie Taranto, Olivia Woolacott, Christina Souza, Rachel Sturton and Dakasha Normington. So Barbieri starts in goal tonight for the away side, Bentleigh. And the back four is Felicity Georgopoulos, Kate Dunn, Belinda Stachevski and Karina Tolios. The two screening midfielders we think will be Yuka Sato and Emma Robers. Mia Otero will start ahead of those two. Candela Ferreira-Bass will lead the line, and on the flanks, Savannah Oxley and Kira Myers. 4-2-3-1 we think for Bentleigh. It is by far the strongest Bentleigh starting 11 that we have seen them rock up with so far this season. Our official in the middle tonight is another debutant, Miles Hagazi, who makes his debut as the main man. Our assistants are Ivar Ulianetsky, Logan Adams, and the fourth official is Geordie Walton. Box Hill United, of course, in the blue, and the Bentleigh Greens in the green. And Pythagoras will kick us off from left to right, and hell-bent on making amends after the horror show at the Cross Keys last weekend. Box Hill from left to right, Bentleigh right to left. As there's an errant pass already from Box Hill going backwards. Well done by Ferreira-Bass. Oh, and then an awkward little moment there from Kili Segovic, who was in goal last week and saw 7 goals put past her. No harm done for Box Hill United. 7-1 losers at the Cross Keys last week. The second time that they have lost to the Essendon Royals this season. As the long ball is tossed forward. Corina Rossi looking to play in Polisina. It will instead find Bacallo, who just stubbed her toe as she tried to whisk it back across the 6-yard box. So a lot of new players for our Bentleigh fans to meet this evening. That's a smashing ball from Yuka Sato. And onto it here is Kira Myers. She's in the number 11. She shoots from distance, and it took one hell of a save from Kili Segovic to tip it up and over the crossbar, and Bentleigh will have a corner kick inside the first 90 seconds. And already a Bentleigh Greens team that looks far more dangerous and far more weaponised with the 6 new inclusions. Kira Myers, who of course is an A-leaguer, finished her season with the Brisbane Roar, 18 appearances for Brisbane, 8 starts. Melbourne City prior to that. So Bentleigh against the jaded and nervous Box Hill United from last week. In towards the dangerous area at the near post. Segovic pushes it away. Bocelli's clearance didn't go too far. Here's Savannah Oxley. And her pass is just a little untidy. It misses Kira Myers. And the throw-in on the far side for Box Hill United. And Savannah Oxley made her first appearance for Bentleigh last week, come off the bench in that 2-0 loss to South Melbourne. And she's a young player from Florida Tech University. Won a national championship with Florida Tech last season, the Panthers. This is Laura Pickett. who's not being rushed. And Policina's not going to be able to chase that one down. Just trying to survey the pitch here and get a look at Box Hill United's formation. They do like to play in their 4-3-3. We've got a bunch of new players that have come back from the A-League. Good to see Policina and Rossi coming back to play for Pythagoras this season. Two players coming back from the Melbourne A-League sides. Policina, Melbourne Victory, and Rossi, Melbourne City. That was Mia Otero in the number 12 getting involved for Box Hill. This is Holly Murray carrying it forward for Pythagoras. Slips a pass in behind for Rossi. Just able to pull it up on the byline into the dangerous area. And Bocelli, with her right boot, just hooks it around the near post. And the first opportunity for the defending champions this evening. And Box Hill United, 9 wins, 1 loss and 4 losses. 9 wins, 1 draw and 4 losses. I mentioned in the preamble that was a loss without precedence. Trawling back through the archives this week, Tony Perseglia puts together the heaviest defeat by a defending champion, suffered by a defending champion this century in the top flight of women's football. You have to go back to 2002 when Box Hill Inter, as they were known, lost to Ballarat City 5-0. That was match day 17 of that particular season. 7-1. They were out of the game at half-time, Pythagoras, 4-0. Emma Robers getting involved there. Well, these are the players that Bentleigh would have recruited with an eye on saving their top-flight status. Amelia Tartaglia, who looks like she's actually started at right back. Karina Tolios with the long throw in for Erebas. And now Sato. A long, expansive pass. Can Kira Myers track that one down? She can. Just in the nick of time. Dancing on the ball. Stachevski and Savannah Oxley, who was offside. And Box Hill, 7 shots on goal last week, 2 on target in that loss to the Royals. The Royals had 19 shots, 13 of them on target. So the back four Pythagoras working overtime. Good work here from Bentleigh to win the ball back deep in their attacking half. Myers has already had an impact. Robers, first time pass for Suto. And Suto's able to pick this one up and keep it alive. Swings it into the 18-yard box. And no fumbles this time from Kili Segovic, who flings it out immediately to Bacallo, who made her first start of the season last week. Second start, I should say. This is her 3rd start in a row. Missed the first 5 games of the season through injury. Bentleigh managing just 2 shots in that loss to South Melbourne. Losing 2-0. It would have been 3-0 if not for a tremendous goal line clearance in second half stoppage time from Belinda Stachevski. Bocelli slipping over in midfield. Policina trying to keep the attack alive. Robers, well done there, Laura Pickett, getting her head in the way. Pickett is in the middle of the back 4 for Box Hill. She did play at right back last week at the Cross Keys. Tartaglia in at right back. Pickett next to Paliwoda and Sydney Manerick starting out at left back as Ferreira Bass picks it up in midfield and dances past Pickett. And offside was Mia Otero. 24-year-old Mia Otero. She's another one that was playing at Florida Tech last year. Same team, same school as Savannah Oxley. And here is the first touch of the night for Melissa Barbieri. Wonder how many games she's spent in the away change rooms here at Wembley Park down the years. In no hurry to clear this one. Just soaks up a little bit of time over the professional. The Mia Otero, also known as Mimi. Her friends call her Mimi. So we might as well. We're all friends here. That's a risky pass. Pickett playing the ball immediately up the field, not taking any chances. Manerick scored Box Hill's only goal last week at Cross Keys. She loses possession. Ferreira Bass threads it through. Shot from Oxley. Well blocked by Paliwoda. Well, anybody that may have looked at this fixture earlier in the week, remembering what happened when these two met on match day 2 of this season, might have rolled their eyes and thought, oh, here's a one-sided affair coming up. But we rock up to the ground tonight and we have a look at the changes to the Bentleigh team and some of the impressive inclusions. How quickly our expectations can change. Good play by Box Hill United rolling forward. Lee Murray. And now Bocelli bearing down on goal. Chiara Bocelli. Oh, trying to find Bacallo. Well cut out by Tolios. And now Myers, who's keen to get it upfield quickly. Bypasses Ferreira Bass. Up and down the mine shaft from Murray. Someone trying to bring this ball down to the carpet and take control. Bacallo does that. Policina trying to wriggle away from Robers. It's a good ball in towards the near post. Grabbed by Barbieri. Miles Agazi blows his whistle for the first time tonight. A foul. Bentleigh on the charge. Myers trying to get past Manerick. She's quick and she's slippery. Manerick stepping in. And Bentleigh, as mentioned, 0 wins, 0 draws, 14 losses this season. Only 11 goals scored. Fewest in the Senol NPLW Victoria. And 64 conceded, which is a frightening number through only half a season. Here's Kate Dunn. Into the 18-yard box, grabbed by Segovic. Dunn's from Colorado State University and originally from Denver, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. Does look like they are playing with a 4-3-3 Box Hill. They've got the two holding midfielders, Murakami and Murray, and then Policina playing a bit more advanced. And it is the front three of Bocelli, Rossi and Bacallo. Tolios' header somehow finds Otero. So 6 new inclusions for the Bentleigh team. You'd imagine it might take them a little while to get to know one another and how to play with one another. Rossi, Bacallo, chasing with intent. One touch to set up the cross. Header had to be good from Dunn. Back with Bacallo and Policina. Edge of the 18-yard box. Oh, wow! Box Hill United strike first, as they so often have done this season. One of their grand final heroes from 2025 with a wonder strike up into the top left-hand corner. Rana Policina goes kapow, and Pythagoras lead early at Wembley Park. And not even Melissa Barbieri could keep that one out. Box Hill United, who have made a habit this season of scoring in the first 15 minutes of games. That is now their 11th goal in the first quarter hour of matches this season. Double the next best. No other team has scored more than 5. Bentleigh in that familiar position of being behind. But they have looked potent. Potent enough to think that there might be at least one goal in this Bentleigh side tonight. As Ferreira Bass tracks it in the corner. Left-footed cross. Too close to Segovic. So Policina's 15th goal in the NPLW. This is her 22nd appearance. 3rd year in a row that she's come back to play for Box Hill United. How lucky they are to have her. Of course, 3-time A-League Team of the Year member. 7 goals in 19 appearances for Melbourne Victory in the recently completed A-League Women's season. Just a stunning, stunning strike to delight the home fans this evening. Oh, Pickett nutmegging Ferreira Bass there. The lunging Paliwoda maintaining possession. Ball forward in behinds. This is not Bocelli, this is Sydney Manerick, the fleet-footed American. For the Kiwi, Bocelli. What a season she's had in the NPLW Victoria this season. Number 1 in the league for assists. Is Tartaglia playing against her former side. Was that Bentleigh last season? Pythagoras knocking the ball about. And that was an ambitious pass from Paliwoda, anticipating or expecting the run from Bocelli. Just on Bocelli. 6 goals this season, 13 assists. Come over from New Zealand. She was playing with Auckland United. She's also played in the top tier in Italy. She'd have to be a player that has put her name in the frame for an A-League contract potentially next season. Rovers picks it up in midfield. Myers. Ferreira Bass makes the run. Myers trying to get onto her left foot. Well challenged by Manerick. Bentleigh, Stachewski with the first time pass. Goes right across the edge of the penalty area. Rossi draws the foul. Surrounded by green shirts. And Karina Rossi scoring those 2 goals in the grand final to help Box Hill break their, 13-year drought. 13-year title drought and sink Heidelberg United in the final last year. Nine goals in her 14 appearances, Karina Rossi. Ball in behind here. Bacallo, the angle will be cute. Acute. There's the last touch there. Well, it looked like it come off Kate Dunn, but our official on this near side has said no, come off Bacallo. So the goal kick for the Bentleigh Greens. Of course, Bentleigh, 14 consecutive defeats in the league, but they did get a win against Seaford in the Cup a week and a half ago, and a big win at that, 8-0. So despite their struggles in the league this season, they are into the round of 16 in the Cup, where they will play again at home and again against the State League side in Beaumaris. Nice little backheel there from Tolios. Otero, inbound pass, Oxley. Yukasato out for Myers, who loves to run at the defenders. That much is clear. Anyone who has watched her in the A-League Women's. Rovers. Mimi Otero cutting inside, laying it off back for Rovers. Trying to pick their way through the blue grid. Dunn. Tossing it up towards the penalty area. Paliwoda the only one there. They love these long diagonal passes to their dangerous wingers. Box Hill United, that's a great touch from Bentleigh to keep the ball alive. And overcomes Tolios to fly the flag for Bentleigh. "31st league meeting between these two." Clever little touch there from Bentleigh, but a little bit too clever for Karina Rossi. And Box Hill United have dominated this fixture down the years, 14 wins to 5, with 11 draws thrown in there. Box Hill United have won the last 4. Bentleigh haven't beaten Box Hill since match day 2, 2024. It's been an unhappy hunting ground as well, Wembley Park, for the Greens, who win back possession here in midfield. Ferreira Bass can't maintain possession. Ferreira Bass scored the only goal the last time Bentleigh won here. It was 8 years ago. Match day 7, 2018. Policina from distance. No, she's going to tee up Karina Rossi, who gets it in underneath Barbieri. And Karina Rossi, her first start since tearing Heidelberg United apart on grand final day last season, has her first goal of the campaign, and Pythagoras lead 2-0 inside 19 minutes. Welcome back, Rihanna Policina. Welcome back, Karina Rossi. Two players that are going to be at the fulcrum of everything that Box Hill United do in the second half of this season. And Policina with a goal and an assist. Karina Rossi with a tidy finish. Box Hill United 2, Bentleigh Greens 0. Oh, Murakami played that one into her own face. That's a very important interception there from Tartaglia. Bentleigh win back possession in any case. Tolios and Otero. Robers. Sato giving ground here. Georgopoulos played in midfield last week, but back out at left back tonight. Policina pulling the strings and casting her spells in midfield. Bacallo sees the run of Rossi. She disappears in behind Georgopoulos, trying to get back on her left foot. Karina Rossi! Oh, stunning! 2 rapid-fire goals for Karina Rossi. It's a wonder goal at Wembley. And how quickly Pythagoras have built a 3-0 lead. Just beautiful. Well, there's a reason why these players changed the fortunes of Pythagoras in the second half of last season. It's because they are stars. Bacallo getting involved that time. 3 goals, 3, dare I say, world-class finishes from Box Hill United's attacking weaponry. Just having a look at that shot again on our Senol NPLW Victoria replay. That is a beauty. Box Hill United 3, Bentleigh Greens 0. Well, they've had not their fair share, but they have had enough of the possession. Bentleigh, they've had half a dozen or so touches in their 18-yard box. Haven't really created a genuine opportunity just yet. I would have felt pretty good about how the first 10 minutes transpired, not the next 10. Rossi's touched that one a little loose. Although, same could be said for Myers. Plays that one out off the bootlaces of Bentleigh and disappears behind the benches. The last time these teams played one another, match day 2, I referenced it earlier, an 8-0 win for Box Hill United. It's the most lopsided scoreline that we have seen in a game this season. Oh, Maneric closed down. Well done there by Myers. Back to Segovic, who has looked a little bit jumpy and a little bit jaded between the posts when the ball has gone to her area in this first half so far. I suppose you would be when you've shipped 7 goals the week before. Segovic's touch this time. Composed and unerring. Murakami on the turn. Policina in some space outside of the boot pass. Bentleigh. Box Hill United build again threateningly. Bentleigh's been a little bit quiet so far on that far side. Has a pop looking to trying to join in the goal scoring fun, but fires it straight at Melissa Barbieri. I'm sure the news of Barbieri starting in goal tonight for Bentleigh would have come as a shock to a lot of people outside the 4 walls of Bentleigh. Great signing. They've gone through 2 or 3 goalkeepers already this season. Nice ball there to find Ferreira Bass, who lashes at the shot, didn't quite get enough of it to trouble Segovic, who sprawls out to her right and jumps on the football that had almost come to a stop by the time it reached her. Pickett retreating. Pelliwoda out for Maneric. Lovely touch to keep it in the field of play. Here's Chiara Bentleigh. Doesn't have a hell of a lot of support. Back for Karina Rossi. He's just dropped a little deeper now. Oh, taking on all comers. It took about 5 green shirts to finally take the football away. Battle royale in midfield. Eventually the stalemate is broken as it goes out for a throw-in. Holly Murray, maybe one of the unheralded signings. Coming back to the NPLW from Adelaide United. Bacallo's pass. Murakami able to keep it alive. Back for Bacallo, adjacent to the penalty area. Well done, Karina Tolios. Slices her clearance. Maneric darting inside. Her pass, however, too sharp for Murray. And despite the desperate attempts from the Pythagoras midfielder, can't get possession back for Box Hill United, although Stachevski's poor pass concedes possession regardless. Bacallo. Policina Spacing behind to play her pass. Rossi, and Bacallo is offside. That was the pass that probably should have come from Pollicina. This is one of 2 games on this evening in the Senol NPLW. Now, other match kicking off at 8:30, about half an hour's time. Spring Hills taking on the Melbourne City Academy girls. Spring Hills in 11th position on the table. Melbourne City down there in the relegation zone, 6 points above the pointless Bentleigh Greens. As we have a look at the table heading into match week 15, just keep an eye on the Bentleigh defence here. Stachevski's attempted clearance, tidied up by Bocelli. Back for Stachevski. Of course, Stachevski, a former Box Hill United player, joined Bentleigh from Box Hill at the start of last season. Bulleen on top of the table on 31 points. Essendon Royals in second on 29 points. Probably the form team of the league, though, the Royals. As Tartaglia finds Bocelli, who will want to cut onto her right boot. No, she got a pass away in the end, and it went right in between Bacallo and Pollicina and out of play. Box Hill United are in third position on the table. They're on 28 points, so 3 points behind table toppers Bulleen. Burundurra in fourth are also on 28 points, so Box Hill in third and Burundurra in fourth, separated by goal difference. South Melbourne in fifth position on 27 points, and then we've got a group of 3 teams on 22 points. Avondale in sixth, Melbourne Victory in seventh, and Alamein in eighth. Bocelli loses possession again. Of course, we are going to a top 6 finals format this season. Oxley, that's a nice ball in behind. Oh, it was not timed well enough to satisfy our official on the far side. We should say a good morning to our American friends that might be tuning in on the other side of the world, that are having a look at Savannah Oxley and Kate Dunn and Mimi Otera as well, making their debuts here in Victoria. I can tell you it's a cool, chilly night here in the inner eastern suburb of Box Hill in Melbourne. I'm sure you're already aware that Melbourne is the superior capital city here in Australia. Pollicina lurking menacingly. Might come back her way here. Robers. Maneric cuts it out, finds Bocelli. Bocelli's pass somehow found Murakami, who got some sort of a shot away. She might have been surprised that she was afforded that luxury, and just dips past the far post and behind for a goal kick. 31 minutes played here at Wembley Park. Box Hill United 3, Bentleigh Greens 0. If you have only just joined us in the last 5 or 6 minutes or so, you would have missed Box Hill's 3 goals. You can go back and watch them if you like. They were absolute stunners, all 3 of them. Pollicina with the first effort, and the left foot bender from outside the 18-yard box that went up and nestled in the top left-hand corner. And Karina Rossi with her first goal, a very tidy finish after a lovely ball played in by Pollicina, and then Rossi's second effort only about 90 seconds after her first goal. Very similar to Pollicina's, a bending effort into the top corner. Murakami's offside here. Well, Holly Murray's gone down after that mid-air battle with Savannah Oxley. Slowly peels her way up. Sato's long, hopeful pass goes over the Box Hill back four. And safely nestles at the bootlaces of Keely Segovic. Tartaglia. Bacallo, who's got some space to roam here. Wants to run infield. Rossi for Policina. Pythagoras building again. Policina's cross, she just slipped as she wrapped her boot around it. It's a pitch here at Wembley Park that's not in bad condition. There's a lot of football played here. It's chopped up a little bit down the middle stripe, if you will. The penalty area at both ends of the pitch. Might have seen better days. Bacallo back in possession. The overlap run comes from Tartaglia. Bacallo's there trying to find Rossi, who of course is on a hat-trick. Has 12 minutes to try and find this hat-trick in the first half. Of course, it was Erin Keith with the first half hat-trick when these two met on the second match day of the season. Myers chases that long diagonal pass from Otero. And he's able to retrieve it. Well done, Kira Myers. That one has come off the Bentleigh attacker last. Kate Dunn, it is out there at right back for Bentleigh. Yeah, Erin Keat hat-trick in the first half. That was her first start of the season. Erin Keat, she didn't play match day one against the Essendon Royals. Only played the first half that day. 3 goals, that was enough. Not in the squad tonight. And it was Yuri Kawano as well with a hat-trick that night too. Rossi's going to give chase in a foot race with Stachevski. And Rossi wins the day. Stachevski now doesn't want to let her pass. Rossi to the byline. Rossi's cross is blocked. Has another go. Too close to the goalkeeper once again. Eric disappointed with her effort there. The team's down the bottom of the table just to complete our run through. So we got down to Heidelberg United in 9th on 22 points. As I mentioned, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th all on 22 points. Preston in 10th on 16. As Box Hill again are in here. Policina at the stretch, unable to gain possession. Preston in 10th on 16 points. Spring Hill's in 11th on 16 points. Keilor Park in 12th, 13 points. So the gap between Keilor Park and Melbourne City, who are the first team there in the drop zone, is 7 points. Bacallo. Deflecting off Mahu Murakami. Behind for a goal kick. So it's a long way out of the relegation zone for, well, certainly Melbourne City, but in particular Bentleigh. They'd like to get off the bottom of the table as soon as possible, of course, and get past Melbourne City, but it's Keilor Park that they need to jump. Of course, the bottom 2 teams will be relegated at the end of the season. Bentleigh did finish in the relegation zone last year, but after the league being reshuffled and a couple more teams being added, they were spared by Football Victoria and allowed to maintain their status as a top flight team. Things will have to turn around drastically in the final 10 games of the season to ensure that the ladies in green at Kingston Heath are playing in the NPLW Victoria next season. Holly Murray does enough to get that one away from Oxley. And Policina Stachewski stepping into midfield. Myers, who's come on to the left-hand side now. Going by Murakami. Myers, brilliant. Goes past the lunging Tartaglia. And unfortunately, the ball was her biggest obstacle there as it just trickles over the byline. Kilisegovic to take the goal kick. Still Box Hill United 3, Bentleigh Greens 0. Three goals scored all in the first 20 minutes. Oh, Ferreira Bass just tugging at the shirt, at the arm sleeve, more to the point, of Sydney Manerick. Oh, loose pass in midfield. Here comes Yuka Sato. Bentleigh still in possession here. Oh, the touch from Murakami disrupted the through ball there from Oxley. Got to stay alert here, Bentleigh, because there has been one or two passes in the final third, the defensive third, I should say, for Box Hill United, that have just been a little bit wayward. It's probably where their goals will come from tonight, if there are to be any Box Hill United errors. Heading for the final 5 minutes of this first half that have been, for the most part, dominated by Box Hill. Bentleigh have shown moments of promise going forward without conjuring a genuine chance. Perhaps that is about to change. Myers doesn't honour the run there of Georgopoulos, instead cuts back inside, and that pass was a bit of a waste. Oxley was making the run, but the pass was ill-timed. Bentleigh and Box Hill, both sides with some talent on the bench that the two managers may look, or certainly will look, to inject in the second half. And Box Hill with Gabby Simpson, former Bentleigh player Gabby Simpson, Victoria Zikas, Summer Trasks, Sarah Petkaris and Grace Norbury. It's a long ball forward for Bocelli to chase. I don't think she's quite going to get there. No. And the reserve goalkeeper for Box Hill is Natasha Stathopoulos. On the bench for Bentleigh, Rachel Sturton, Acacia Normington, who come off the ground injured last week at Lakeside. So good to see that Acacia has recovered to take her place in the squad. Karis Kaletsis, Chloe Stradling, Christina Sosa, Anastasia Theodosiou. They're the players on the bench for the two sides tonight. Good work there by Dunn to win the ball back. Oxley against Murakami. Can Bentleigh build something from the back here? Sato, who's been very good in midfield in this first half for the Greens. Myers, who's been dangerous. Tartaglia a little bit stronger there in that one-on-one. You can hear Barbieri barking the Bentleigh instructions from the other side of the pitch. Policina out for Bocelli. Rolling forward again. Always happy to maintain possession where they are able to. Box Hill United, they are the number one team in the Senol NPLW Victoria this season for average time spent in possession per game. Just under 59%, which is a very big number through 14 matches. Bentleigh trickles it in behind for Policina. It gets past Rossi, gets past everybody. Bentleigh and Oxley. And the latter plays it off the former and out for a Bentleigh throw-in. First half about to come to a close. It's been a relatively clean first half. No lengthy stoppages to speak of outside of the 3 goals. Whole lot of carnage on that far side from the throw-in. Players going down left, right and centre. Pickett. Tartaglia. They were down 4-0 at half-time last week, Box Hill. Can they find a fourth to script the flip? Flip the script. I knew I'd screw that up. To flip the script. Moneric. Murakami out for Bentleigh. 2 blue shirts in the area. Bentleigh again loves to bring the ball back inside. Robers taking no prisoners, but not taking the football either. Bentleigh runs a tight little circle. Tolios's clearing header only as far as Murakami. And back out for Policina. And all the way back for Pickett, who almost destroyed our camera person at the Cross Keys last week. Policina, not far from where she scored the game's opening goal. Well done for Erebas. Back in defensive duties. Barbieri for Georgopoulos. Oh, she missed Sato. She has. Stepping through Bentleigh. Teeing up Paliwoda. Would be an unlikely goal scorer. Fires it straight at the keeper. 2 minutes of extracurricular added on. And Paliwoda's 38th appearance in the top flight here in Victoria. She's never scored a goal. I don't think she's ever been that far forward. Box Hill United captain. Looks like Box Hill are content to protect the 3-goal lead into the half-time break. Bentleigh sitting off in no hurry to come up and press the ball carrier. Front 3, front 4 for Bentleigh tonight that has shifted and shaken about, players rotating positions. And referee Miles Higazi looking at his watch. All the players are too. Pickett, is there one last long ball to chase? There is. And Tartaglia will chase it, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Difficult first half for Barbieri in the Bentleigh Greens goalkeeping shirt. Bentleigh, a Pythagoras engine. Final shot potentially of the first half is blocked. Paliwoda, Box Hill recycle possession. Paliwoda, just lost sight of the ball. Robers comes away and finds the captain in Ferreira Bass. And Miles Higazi said, that will do. That'll be oranges. Let's have our half-time break. A terrific first half for Box Hill United. It was a very competitive opening 10 minutes or so before Rihanna Policina
got her career at Box Hill United. 3.0 will call it off and running with a super strike. Karina Rossi then scored 2 goals 90 seconds apart. About 10 minutes later, won a well-taken effort underneath the lunging Melissa Barbieri, and then her second goal, a wonder strike really, from outside the 18-yard box. And that big loss at the Cross Keys last week looks Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're ready for the second half here at Wembley Park. And Box Hill United, with their returning A-League women's stars who dazzled in the first half. They have a 3-goal lead at half-time. I was just about to say, it doesn't look like we've had any changes at half-time, but here comes one now. Christina Sosa is coming on for Bentleigh. They're going over to play at fullback in that back four for the Greens. So we're underway in the second half. Brent Sternberg is my name. Bentleigh with an uphill battle here. Down 3-0. They did start the first half rather well, Bentleigh. Goal in the 10th minute for Rihanna Policina, and a super goal at that, and then 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes for Karina Rossi. One on the end of a lovely through ball from Policina in the 17th minute, and then a perler from outside the 18-yard box in the 20th minute. And that is how Box Hill United have built their 3-goal lead. No players out there on yellow cards to tell you about. Oh, Stachewski bowls over Karina Rossi. A referee in the middle, Miles Hagazi, who is on debut. First time being the guy in the middle. Said that there was no foul there. And so a throw in for Box Hill United, adjacent to the 18-yard box. Or is it a corner kick? Just trying to have a look and see where the ball exactly went out of play. Looks like it is a corner. Players all congregating at the Pythagoras goal mouth. To be taken by Policina, and to be taken short. The Bocelli. Policina back for Bocelli. Something off the training pitch here for Pythagoras. Maneric on the turn. Shot blocked. Otero leaves that one for Oxley. Back for Otero, and trying to thread the needle for Sato, who was good in the middle of the pitch for Bentleigh. Curling it in between the gaps in the Box Hill back four, but easily and calmly gathered by Kili Segovic. Looks like the player that was replaced by Christina Souza was Felicity Georgopoulos, so a straight swap at right back for Bentleigh. And so I wonder what the messaging might have been at half-time for the Greens manager, Steve Kremidas. They were rather competitive for the first 15 minutes or so. The first goal that came through Rihanna Policina was a bit of a shock to the system. It had been an even contest prior to that wonder strike. And they seem to have stabilised thereafter. And then just lovely interplay between Policina and Rossi to crack open the second goal, and then another piece of individual brilliance from Rossi only 3 minutes later. May well have put Bentleigh out of the game, as there's a contentious throw in here. Goes the way of Box Hill United eventually. We have kick-off over in Springside between Spring Hills and the struggling Melbourne City Academy girls. I can tell you that Melbourne City have scored a goal in the 3rd minute. So they've taken an early lead over the Stallions. Oh, that's a poor touch from Dunn, and they concede a cheap corner kick, Bentleigh. That is not a result that would help the Greens' troubles. If City were to win that game, the gap between Bentleigh in last and City in second last would be 9 points. So another corner kick here for Box Hill. Again to be taken by Policina. Into the near post. Glancing header away. Bichello races out after it. Stachewski there in the way, taking defensive action. Tantalia's cross. Deflected. And another corner kick for Box Hill United. This one won't be taken by Policina. This will be Maho Murakami to deliver this one. Policina lurks ominously at the top of the penalty area. She's got the attention of Savannah Oxley. Ball goes right in towards the net and indeed on top of the net. Bounces off the roof of the goal. And to no further alarm for Bentleigh. Box Hill United, who have not lost when leading at half-time this season. This is the 11th time in 15 games that they have been in front at the break. 9 wins and a draw. Souza. Oh, well done, Manerick. Always plays with high intensity. Sydney Manerick, Rossi. In behind for Bocelli. That looked like a corner kick. No. Thought the last touch might have come off Myers. Instead, it's a goal kick for Melissa Barbieri. No doubt a lot of the half-time team talk for Bentleigh would have been about just trying to keep the spirits high. And the 3 goals that they scored, Box Hill United, I don't think there's a team in this division that would have been able to stop them. Certainly not the 2 long-range efforts. Maybe a little bit more pressure on the player in possession mightn't have gone astray. The turning Rovers. Tolios. Is there a way back into the match? Stranger things have happened. Would be quite the turnaround. And Christina Souza can't get on the end of that looping ball forward. Returns to Bentleigh this season after playing last year at Spring Hills. Christina Souza. There's a turnover here for Erebus. The lunging Murray. Long range strike from Myers. Disappears over the goal frame. 3 shots on goal in the first half for Bentleigh. All of them on target. 7 shots, 5 on target for Box Hill, who love to play their way out from the back. They do have a couple of ball-playing centre-half, fullbacks, I should say, in Paliwoda and Manerick, who's playing out at fullback tonight, with Holly Murray, Laura Pickett returning. Here goes Manerick, the Tiger from Clemson University. Plays a bit like that too. Paliwoda's dropped into midfield by the looks of it here. Murray and Pickett, the centre-backs. Bichello. Great to see her back up and running. Nicolina Bichello, she was one of the stars in that grand final win last season. Played at Box Hill for a while now. Such a versatile player as well. Can play on either flank. Has got the skill and the vision to play in the middle. Karina Rossi buzzing about. A bit of a hopeless ball there from the aforementioned Bichello. Just slicing it. Looking to become Karina Rossi. This is the 3rd player at Box Hill to score a hat-trick this season. Of course, the other two players to score hat-tricks, I did mention this in the first half, both scored hat-tricks in that match day 2 win over Bentleigh. Manerick again, terrific. Rossi and Robers challenging one another. Out for Bacallo. Well, that pass is just going to elude Mia Otero, which means Box Hill are in possession. Bit of a wild pass there from Murray. Bocelli makes good. He carries it into the 18-yard box, goes down. Referee says, no, get up. Box Hill United fans not agreeing with it. Poor pass there. That's Stachevski. Bacallo wriggling around Tolios. Into the area, to the byline. Rossi, Bocelli, it pinballs around. And then somehow Rossi, after the fraught backheel from Stachevski, Rossi's put it past the post. Scramble at the goal mouth. Tremendous stuff there from Bacallo. And both Rossi and Bocelli had a sighter on goal. Sousa as well with a block in there. Somehow Pythagoras' 4th goal goes begging. Haven't had a lot of goal mouth action outside of the 3 goals. It's probably our first real moment. Murakami lofts it into the penalty area. Headed away by Tolios. Otero, Sato. Didn't hit that one with any conviction. Tricky one for Bocelli to control, and she was offside in any case. Bentleigh Green's team, of course, formerly Bayside United. They've been in the top division since the beginning of the NPL era in 2016, when they wore the badge of Bayside United and wore the orange and black. Come perilously close to being relegated on a couple of occasions. 3rd season under the Greens moniker. Ferreira Bass. Here's Myers. Manerick with the clearance, or the deflection more to the point, and it goes behind for a corner kick for Bentleigh. Not their first corner kick. They did have one, remember, in the opening 90 seconds of the match. And is this the moment Bentleigh can find a goal to try and turn the wheel of momentum here at Wembley Park? It's Mia Otero who takes it short. Myers has Otero for support. Box Hill closing quickly. Back to Myers. Myers rifles it across the imaginary 12-yard box line. And that opportunity fizzles out without really asking the question of Box Hill United, who are now back in possession. Maybe just getting a little bit cute there, Bentleigh, as Sousa upends Chiara Bocelli. A team that is looking for a goal and looking for a way back into the match. I would have thought that the best ploy there would be to just play the corner kick in towards the goal mouth and see if someone can get on the end of it. Haven't scored many goals this season, Bentleigh, but they have scored a small handful from corner kicks. As I mentioned, just 11 goals scored this season. That's the fewest. Dug out by Bacallo. Policina. And quickly on now to Bocelli. Oh, good effort there from Souza. The ball's gone out of play for a throw-in. Which Sydney Manerick will wander over slowly to take. Rossi couldn't really get control of it. She's been penalised anyway. As the smoke from the famous Box Hill United canteen wafts over the pitch. I mentioned in the first half that Bentleigh have a round of 16 cup tie to look forward to against Beaumaris. Of course, Box Hill United beating Burundurra in the previous round, 1-0 here at Wembley. So they've got a cup fixture with the Melbourne City Academy girls, who they beat convincingly in the league only a couple of weeks ago. Myers, Sato. I don't think Kira Myers knew that Sato had gone behind the last defender into an offside position. And the Melbourne City Academy girls, who didn't end up playing their cup tie in round 4, set to play Sky United, who sadly had to forfeit. So that will be the City girls' first cup game, of course their first ever cup game, and it'll be a tough one. Box Hill United won the cup once before, back in 2012, looking to set their sights on potentially doing the double this year. They lost in their first match in the cup competition last season, Box Hill United, 3-1 to Alamein. Who knows? These two teams will be expected to get past their competition. They could meet again in the cup in the quarterfinals, perhaps. Policina and Rossi right across the goal mouth for Bocelli, who flashes it across the goal mouth. Barbieri had the near post covered. Bocelli had just about the entire gaping net to aim for, and it just curled away. Looks like Bentleigh will be going back to the bench shortly. Long ball forward for Otero to chase. Pick it back for Segovic, who fires the clearance straight at Ferreira Bass. Box Hill look like they're not too far away from swinging their first change of the night too. Oxley, Ferreira Bass, trying to get past Pickett. Flag down by Tartaglia. Errant pass, Sato. She's been the most likely to latch on to some of those wayward passes. Here's Rossi, the lovely turn, racing down the right-hand flank for Box Hill. Gets past Dunn. Tolios comes over to lend a hand. Tolios, who scored that wonder goal of the week, and rightly so, a couple of weeks ago. In that match-up at home against Heidelberg United, that was a goal that gave Bentleigh the lead with, from memory, only about 15 minutes to play. And it looked like they might be on for their first result of the season before Heidelberg United were able to find 2 goals in quick succession and break Bentleigh hearts. Of course, they had that game against Alamein earlier on in the season when they scored Bentleigh with, I think from memory, only 6 or 7 minutes to play. Alamein scored in the 90th minute and then scored a penalty deep into second half stoppage time to get the win. So they've been very close on a couple of occasions. Sydney Manerick will have her night ended here and she's going to be replaced by Sarah Petkaris. And so Sydney Manerick comes off for the first time this season. She'd played every minute so far in the league. It'll be a like-for-like switch out at left back. Sarah Petkaris makes her 10th appearance of the season. It's been in the starting 11 8 times. Been at Box Hill since 2021, one of their great young brigade coming through the ranks. Originally from Monash City Soccer Club. We are well and truly into the final third of this match now. It's still Box Hill sitting on that 3-goal lead. Peliwoda finds Bocelli, and the pass just misses the run of Policina, who pulls up a little lame. The 3-time A-League Team of the Year member. Just a little reach for that left hamstring. Because match fitness shouldn't be an issue. Just come off the back of the A-League Women's season. And Miles Higazi's coming over to have a chat. Here we've got a drop ball situation. And I must confess, I'm not entirely sure what has happened there. Back underway, Souza in behind. This ball will set for Kira Myers. Myers so skillful. Sato's first touch was pretty good, and she was overwhelmed by Peliwoda. Bentleigh keep this attack alive. Myers, cross. The header, the goal! What a brilliant header from Candela Ferreira-Bass. She was the scorer last time Bentleigh won here 8 years ago. She's on the score sheet again. Delightful cross from Kira Myers. Ferreira-Bass finds the angle with the header. And Bentleigh throw themselves a lifeline through the captain. And that is a goal that has felt like it's been loading all night. Bentleigh have been good value. Box Hill United have certainly, they've been the better team, of course, but Bentleigh have been deserving of that goal. Box Hill United 3, Bentleigh Greens 1. And Ferreira-Bass with her 6th goal of the season, her 4th in the league. So many times this season, Bentleigh have conceded goals right after scoring, so this is a really important 5-minute block here for the Greens. Players tumble on the edge of the 18-yard box. Miles Higazi waves everybody away. Oh, skims off the back of the head there of Murray, who has some defensive support. Of course, Ferreira-Bass, a one-time Box Hill United player herself. 3 goals in 20 appearances for Pythagoras in 21 and 22. Sato from deep. Couldn't get it over. Keely Segovic. Well, if they'd scored a second there, Bentleigh, that would have thrown the cat amongst the Pythagoras pigeons. Sosa gets a couple of bites at the header. I mentioned on the call there that Ferreira-Bass is the captain. I can't see the armband on her sleeve. And I can't see anybody else wearing the captain's armband either. I wonder if Candy maybe left that in the sheds. As Bocelli rolling forward. Bocello, first time ball for Bocelli, cut out by Dunn. Well, Rossi was fouled after she created the pass, and so a set piece for Box Hill United. Not that far from the 18-yard box. Bentleigh are going to make another change here. Rachel Sturton coming on for Mimi Otero. So she's played 70 minutes on debut for Bentleigh. Has had her moments joining in the Greens attack. 24-year-old from Brockton, Massachusetts. And so an attacker for an attacker. Set piece opportunity here for Box Hill. Peliwoda makes the run. Policina trying to caress that one, I think, in towards the near post. Not fooling Barbieri. Ferreira Bass, an errant touch. Sato wins it back. Sosa, long ball. Difficult one here for Holly Murray. Back for Segovic. Oh, he just stumbled. Able to get it back to Holly Murray. And just these anxious moments defensively for Box Hill United. You expect a team to be a little bit like that after what happened to them last week. Stunning result at Cross Keys. Brought undone by the emerging Essendon Royals, who have gone from about 6 weeks ago they were in mid-table, and they're up now into second position. Essendon, I'll tell you where they're going to play this weekend. I think the Bentleigh fans were a bit upset that they didn't get a whistle there. Bukello asking a little bit of Tartaglia. Tartaglia does well. Bukello dropping very deep. Pickett. The header from Robar, flicked on beautifully by Sato. Oxley wanders to the edge of the 18-yard box, back for Sato, who shoots from distance. And didn't wrap her laces around her, but they're starting to have some good moments, Bentleigh. Buoyed by that last goal. Essendon Royals are playing on Sunday. Interesting matchup against Burundara. Kick-off at 3 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Two teams jostling for finals positions. Burundara, their form has dipped slightly after a hot start. That match being played at Egan Lee Reserve in Knox, where the first fixture between those two teams was played earlier this season. Burundara 3-1 winners that day. The other match tonight at Springside, it's still Spring Hills 0, Melbourne City 1. Just keep an eye on Box Hill United here. That's a great ball from Segovic to find Petkaris, who stretches out down the left flank. Bocelli. Sousa didn't quite get that one away, and Bocelli goes past her a second time. Chiara Bocelli! Denied by the crossbar somehow. Well, hit the frame of the goal. The net actually did ripple. There were a few in the stands here that were a little bit confused as to what happened there. The crossbar denying Pythagoras its fourth goal. They've had two great opportunities in this second half, Box Hill. That moment there from Bocelli and the scrambling goalmouth effort earlier in the half. Rossi, after 4 or 5 deflections, turned the ball wide. Bukello going against Tolios. Tolios slips over. Bocello goes over the top of her. It was all incidental. The referee Miles Hagazi says no foul but a throw in. I'll tell you the matchups that we've got tomorrow afternoon in the Senol NPLW Victoria in just a moment. So Rossi. Oh, first time effort from Murakami. Up and over she goes. Bentleigh goal kick. 4 games tomorrow. Alamein taking on Keilor Park at 3 p.m. 3:30 South Melbourne are at home. And I can tell you they're taking on Preston. 4 o'clock, Bulleen, table-topping Bulleen, taking on Avondale. And 4:15, Heidelberg United at home in the Village against the Melbourne Victory Academy. That Boorandarra-Essendon game, the only match on Sunday. All of them on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. That's where you're watching live at the moment, where Box Hill United lead Bentleigh 3-1. Good work there by the second half substitute, Christina Sosa. 3 goals in the first half for Box Hill United. Bentleigh have scored the only goal in this second half. Cross from Kira Myers and a terrific header from Candela Ferreira-Bass. Into the final 15 minutes. Has Bentleigh got 2 more goals in them? Pickett. Murray. Petkaris for Box Hill United. If she ever sees space in front of her, she will take it. Bocelli, oh, terrific. Gets by Sousa. Just misses Policina. Myers looking for Ferreira-Bass, but instead found Petkaris. Policina. Lofting one in for Murakami. Slight contact there. Stachevski turns around and pleads her innocence immediately. Referee Higazi says, once again, nothing doing. I should mention our cameraman Brett, who's here with us tonight. Probably the 3rd best in the business. We love our cameramen and women that bring you these pictures every afternoon. And how lucky we are to be able to watch all of these games and all of this talent every weekend in the top division. Men's and women's. Bacallo, speaking of talent. Oh, brilliant. Doubles back onto her left, but her cross is blocked by Dunn. He wants to launch it forward, giving Myers something to chase. I think she's getting a little bit tired. Kira Myers just about running on empty. Their first start for Bentleigh this evening. You're actually number 1, Brett, okay? Raman number 2, Johnny 3rd. They're on the podium. Awkward clearance there from Tartaglia. Back over her own head, and Bentleigh earned a bit of territory there. Spring Hills have found an equaliser at Springside. Tell you about that in a moment. As Bentleigh in the 18-yard box, Ferreira-Bass turning. Pickett turning it away. So Melbourne City scored in the 3rd minute. Spring Hills with an equaliser in the 35th. Bentleigh having a good moment here. Ball in towards Sturton. Away by Karis. Murakami turns and spots Bocelli. It's a great ball to find it. And Bocelli just having a look around as she gets herself onto the football. And we have a problem with Rihanna Policina in the back play here. She's really struggling with something. She pulled up lame chasing a ball about 10 minutes ago. This ball's going to find Bocelli. We'll want to get back onto her right. Oh, well done by Christina Sosa. Here is Policina. Patoli Murray under pressure. Back for Segovic. Just wonder how much longer Policina will be out there. They are readying another substitute, Pythagoras. Will we take it here? as the ball is out of play on the near side? Yes, we will. Okay, it's Nicolina Piccolo who is coming off. Another great shift put in by the Box Hill winger. She's going to be replaced by the former Bentleigh striker, Gabrielle Simpson. Gabby, who's making her 14th appearance of the season, 9 starts, couple of goals and 3 assists for Box Hill this year. As Murakami takes it away from Sato, strikes from distance. And she's had a couple of efforts from long range tonight, Murakami. None of them she's really been able to hit with the venom required. That cup game that I mentioned, Bentleigh against Beaumaris, that will be Bentley's next game in the middle of next week, Wednesday night at Kingston Heath. Bocelli. Well done, Tolios. Stops it from getting to Simpson. Oh, Sato, that was very nice. Oxley, first time release. Tolios giving chase. Pickett gets there first. Tolios wearing her close. Pickett plays it away. Policina moving a little better now. Seven goals in 19 appearances for Melbourne Victory, who of course lost to their great rivals Melbourne City in the finals in the A-League Women's. Ferreira Bass onto the loose ball. Time to shoot, and she does, but the shot is blocked. Pekaris, clearance turned into a pass, and it was just a little bit hot for Bocelli to control. They set up a grandstand finish here, Bentleigh. Yuka Sato. No, that was a poor pass. She hasn't let herself down too many times tonight, the Bentleigh midfielder. And Bentleigh playing Beaumaris, who are third in the State League 1 Southeast. And they'll be very keen to get an upset victory, the girls at Beaumaris, over Bentleigh, and make their way into the quarterfinals. Here comes Christina Souza. Read that errant pass out from the back from a mile away. She's unable to gain possession, however. And Box Hill United, they'll have their cup game next week. So no games for them midweek next week. They'll play Preston next Sunday afternoon, and then they'll go away to Casey Fields to play Melbourne City. They're actually going to be away from home for a while, Box Hill United. They won't be back at home until match day 21, 10th of July, when they'll play Burundara. Of course, they've had a lot of home games in the first part of the season. This is their 9th home game this year, so 9 of their first 15 games at home. And Rossi getting frustrated with Sosa. Thought she was impeded there. Doesn't have that much longer to try and get this hat-trick, Karina Rossi. Eventually Sosa is penalised for the hold on Bocelli. In a moment, Box Hill United are going to test me and make a triple change. Pickett. Just wonder if Policina will be one of those players making way. Bentleigh with a turnover in midfield. Sturton chasing the pass from Myers. Now able to track it on the touchline on the far side. Tolios all the way back for Dunn, and now Robers. We haven't seen a lot of her in the second half. Stachevski. Sato goes down, not fouled by Polisina, allowed to play on. Oh, Rossi. Bit of a hack pass that one. Still found a teammate. Well done, Murakami. Agricultural, but it does the trick. Bichelli stood up by Stachevski. And I think that's Karina Rossi, who's also down just behind the play here. And Box Hill calling for the ball to be played out so they can make these changes. The call's coming from Melissa Barbieri. And Pickett and Murray are playing the ball between themselves. Rossi's picked herself back up. Doesn't look too healthy. Barbieri's now changed her instructions. She's saying, all right, play on. Rossi's okay. Oh, Paliwoda, a beautiful touch. Oxley, likewise. It'll be better for the run, some of these Bentleigh players that have made their first starts tonight. Wonder how many of them will start during the week against Beaumaris. Stachevski. That's a great pass. Oxley, half-hearted shouts for a handball. Tolios running into a little bit of strife. Robers steps past one, and a second, and a shot from distance. And it just ghosted through the night, and by the time it arrived in the gloves of Kili Segovic, it was an easy one to take. Pekaris for Bichelli. The wandering one. Past Stachevski. Past Robers. Rossi lays it off for Murakami. Simpson. She'd love to add a goal. Gabby Simpson against her former team. She runs straight into the Bentleigh back four. Deflection. And back for Barbieri. I can imagine her experience is going to be critical down the back stretch of this season for Bentleigh. They're facing an uphill battle to avoid relegation. It'd be such a shame as well to see Bentleigh. They're a huge football club in the southeast. They've got a massive congregation of women's players from juniors all the way up to seniors, the redevelopments that are happening there. There's going to be another football pitch added. By the time that pitch is added, Kingston Heath will be the biggest soccer complex in the southeast of Melbourne. It'd be such a shame if their women's senior team were not competing in the top flights. And as I mentioned earlier, it would be a 10-year run broken if they were to be relegated at the end of this season. 15 games in, it looks like it'll take something special to avoid that becoming reality. Ferreira Bass. Past Mrs. Oxley. Sturton finds it. Deflection. Coming off Robers. Robers wins it back. Bentleigh have committed numbers forward. Sato's lunge. It's not going to get to Myers. And Laura Pickett plays that one out. And Box Hill United, the three substitutes that have been standing there forever, are going to come on. Summer Trask will be coming on, as will Grace Norbury. And the other player coming on, Victoria Zekas, Maho Murakami, Amelia Tartaglia coming off. And also Karina Rossi. So there will be no hat-trick tonight for Karina Rossi, but the damage looks like it has been done. Grace Norbury parking herself in midfield. for Simpson. Oh, poor pass. Sato's on the end of it. Doesn't have a lot of help. May have to tread water for a moment. Sato from Robers. That was a shot that was blocked. Myers. He's going to shoot from distance. Bounces awkwardly a couple of yards in front of Kili Segovic. Keeps their eye on the ball. Into second half stoppage time we go. Just a couple of minutes. Looks like Box Hill United are going to bounce back after the horror show at the Cross Keys last week on the live table. And Box Hill United, I can tell you, will go back to the top. That's, of course, with the rest of the games to come this weekend featuring the teams at the top. In fact, correction, they go into second. Equal on points with Bulleen, still behind on goal difference. Petkaris. Oh, that would have been a crowd pleaser. Only scored one goal in the seniors at Box Hill. This is her 30th appearance. That ball not finding Bocelli. Of course, Bulleen have a goal difference of plus 25. And Box Hill plus 19. It'll be plus 22 if the scoreline stays as it is. Of course, the goal difference was ravaged last week after that 7-1 loss to the Royals. And they're not going to pull back as much in the way of goal difference tonight as they might have thought. It's been a much more competitive game when these two met nearly 3 months ago. And at the moment, looks like they might have had it, or been able to have a clean sheet in the second half. Bentleigh. Sato's little back heel. Sturton. Back for Sato. Cross doesn't quite make it to Savannah Oxley. Robers. Tolios. Robers just got tangled up there in midfield with Grace Norbury. Summer Trask, who of course did score one of those 8 goals when Box Hill beat Bentleigh at Kingston Heath on match week 2. Peliwoda. Ball through. Stachevsky slices the clearance and it bounces and goes behind for one last Box Hill United corner kick. Of course, Murakami is now on the bench, so Sarah Petkaris will be the one to take this set piece. Looks like they are going to send the ball into the box rather than play it short and salt the clock away, or do they? Here comes Bocelli on a run. It doubles back. Bocelli signalling far post. Petkaris, I should say. She lofts it high. And Zikas was able to get a piece of that. Read it out of the night sky. Couldn't get the header on target. So Bentleigh will back up quickly for their cup match next week. Box Hill United now will have more than a week off before they set their sights on Preston next Sunday afternoon. But it's Box Hill United's night here at Wembley. The team with the best home record this season, the Senol NPLW Victoria, strengthens it with a comfortable enough 3-1 victory over Bentleigh tonight. The most important thing this evening for Box Hill was to rebound and get back on the winners list after the horror show at the Cross Keys, and they do that. They shopped early and did all the damage that they needed to do in the first half. 2 wonder strikes from Rihanna Policina and Karina Rossi. Bookended a very nice goal from Karina Rossi on 17 minutes. They were the 3 goals that Box Hill scored in the first 45. Bentleigh scoring the only goal of the second half. A very nice header indeed by Candela Ferreira-Bass. But that was a goal just to make the scoreboard look a little bit better. It certainly does. Much better than the lopsided 8-0 scoreline that we saw between these two a couple of months ago, when Box Hill United dazzled at Kingston Heath and won 8-0. The 3 points go the way of the home side tonight. Bentleigh, with all those shiny new toys that they will play with in the second half of the season, there will be better nights for Bentleigh. They were far more competitive this evening, but their wait for their first result of the season in the league goes on. For me, Brent Sternberg, and our cameraman Brett, thanks for watching this evening on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. That's where we'll leave you. The final score here at Wembley Park: Box Hill United 3, Bentleigh Greens 1.